Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I just want to do a quick update, catch up on where I have been this month, because usually I try to do a video every week, like one video a week, but we are now in the last week of April and I have not done one video. So I wanted to give an update, little catch up where I've been, but it's going to be pretty quick. I went back to work at the beginning of April and I have been working since I was 14 and I am now 30, turning 31 this year. I have gone back to work part-time because I do not want to put my 11-month-old into nursery, into childcare full-time. 5 days a week. I absolutely cannot do that to her. I think when they go to school and there isn't any choice in it, they have to go 5 days a week, it's different. But for these first few years when I can make that choice, I don't want her to go into childcare full time 5 days a week. I have returned to work part-time, so I'm doing Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and those are the days that Freya is also going to nursery, literally round the corner from where I work, so I am close to her. She actually wasn't able to go to nursery until the end of April, so for a few weeks James actually had to take annual leave just to be at home with her on the days that I was at work. James had never had a day on his own with Freya before, and she's now 11 months old. So these were the first days that he had ever had on his own with her. I absolutely panicked. I was messaging every day like, oh, she needs to have snack now. Oh, she needs to have a nap now. He was on the ball. The only thing he did say is the first day he had with her, I came home from work and he was like, it's easy. I don't know what you've been whinging about. I was fuming. I was like, absolutely not. 1 day is nothing, mate. 1 day is nothing. But he did do really, really well. And honestly, I didn't have much faith in him. And that does sound terrible, but I didn't have much faith in him. I really, really didn't think he was going to be on top of the timings and everything. But he really, really was. He did such a good job. I went back to work, and when you go back to work after maternity leave, you have to have the same role. But as part of our role, we all do different areas, and I thought I would just get the same area, but I was already told in January, like, it's very unlikely that you're going to be doing the same area, which is absolutely fine. Like, I'll do what the needs of the business are, but it turns out the only reason was because they felt it would be unfair if I took it away from the person who was covering me. And then one of my other work colleagues was like, well, she took it from Chelsea. And at one point, I took it from someone else, and nobody ever said it was unfair then. But I digress. It turns out that it wouldn't have worked for me anyway in terms of travel/location. The other area that I could have done, which would have been helping one of my work colleagues, that was going to end up involving the same thing, like dropping Freya at nursery and then having to drive an hour away. And if something was to happen, I would be an hour away from the nursery. And with my IBS, we all know I have IBS. I don't like travel. I get really, really anxious about it. That wasn't going to work for me either. Even though my work colleague wanted to make it work with minimal travel, it just wasn't going to work because effectively I would just be doing an admin role and I'd be being paid more for it. So the only other area that I could do was again helping somebody else, but it was a busy area and the workload is just too much for somebody that's part-time and only doing a few days a week. When I went back for the first 2 weeks, no decision had been made. I have been off work for a year, plenty of time for management to come to a decision, but actually I went back and no decision was made at all. So for the first 2 weeks, I was catching up on things that have changed because literally everything has changed. All of the processes, it is all different. It's like I have a new job. For the first 2 weeks, I was basically like a floater and just not doing anything, twiddling my thumbs. And then when it got to like the 3rd/4th week, that was when a decision was made. And I am at the point now where, like, I'm somebody that can't deal with change very well, especially if it means that when I leave work, I'm still thinking about work. And on my non-working days, I've been checking my work phone and seeing emails, and the majority of the emails are things that need to be actioned. On a Wednesday, I'll leave, I'll go home. Things are going to come in on Thursday. Things are going to come in on Friday, and the same thing will happen. I'll go in on a Monday and I've got to play catch up as well as doing whatever comes in on a Monday. The workload is just not working for the days that I'm doing, like for a part-time person, and it's meaning I'm coming home from work, I'm thinking about work, I'm dreading going in because I just want to be able to leave work and know I did everything today and I don't have to think about anything outstanding. I can't just be like, well, I can only do what I can do, not my problem. I don't think like that. So I have actually been feeling not happy with work. And I absolutely love my job. I've actually left there before, and then I waited like 10 months until they were recruiting again, and I went back. That's a long story and I'm not going into that. But I went back and was like, I cannot ever leave this place like this. I've had like 20 something jobs and this is like the best one I've ever had. But with what's happening now, I'm not happy. And I'm going to be sending an email to my manager later explaining that this just isn't working for a part-time person. And the thing is, I don't even know what else I can do. Like, I genuinely don't know what else I can do, but I just feel like it's not working. Anyway, that's where I am with work, and Freya has started nursery now. This is actually her first week. I'm going to talk about her settling in sessions and how her first week has gone in the next video, because I'm also going to show what I pack, what's in my child's childcare bag, nursery bag. I'm also going to do that as well in the next video. We are in a difficult position financially right now, because even though I am back to work and although it's part-time, I'm still earning money, my bills, including Freya's £649 a month childcare fee, is still more than the amount of money that I'm being paid from my job. Freya does get the 30 hours a week funding from the government, but because she is not term time, they are stretching it over the year, so it's more like 22 hours a week. But it doesn't cover nappies, wipes, sun cream, nappy cream, food. It only covers the actual care for your child. Our fee for the food, nappies, wipes, etc., etc., is still £649 a month. I also got paid last month from work full-time when I should have been paid part-time, and I had to use the extra money that I got to cover the childcare fee. So I now owe my work £900, which is going to be split over a few months, but it will be like £300, like £300 one month, £300 the next month, £300 the month after that. I cannot afford that. So if I want to split it over longer, like 6 months or even a year, I have to provide evidence of why I can't afford it. So probably providing a nursery invoice to prove that I'm paying half of my wage. It's like half of my wage on the nursery fee. I also used too much annual leave in order to be able to stay off work for longer. So I now owe 3 days back. So that's 3 days pay. So I actually have no annual leave either for another year. I've also set up an arranged overdraft with my bank of £500, because as soon as I pay the nursery fee and all of my bills come out at the beginning of the month, I'm actually in my overdraft. Things are not good financially, really, really not good. And to the point where I can't afford to buy a birthday present for Freya for her first birthday. I can't even afford to buy my daughter a birthday present. That actually makes me feel really, really sad. And then going along with that, we were going to do a birthday party. We were going to do Freya's berry first birthday party, berry themed. We were going to hire our local village hall, which wasn't even expensive. We were going to hire a bouncy castle to accommodate for the older children, soft play for the younger children, including Freya. We were going to have like a balloon arch for photos. We were going to obviously do the food and the drinks, and it was just going to be a couple of hours, if that, and we wanted it to just be perfect and this cute, adorable birthday party and such a special moment, a special memory. Like, it's her first ever birthday, to celebrate her first year of life and what we've gone through for this first year. And we've ended up having to cancel the birthday party because we realised very quickly that we just could not afford it. That also makes me really, really sad. What we're doing instead is, her birthday falls on a Thursday, so everybody else will be at work. It will just be me, James and her. What we're going to do is we're going to have the normal morning routine, get her into a clean nappy, moisturise, brush her hair, brush her teeth, have breakfast, but we're going to do a different breakfast, like a pancake with a candle, and we're going to sing happy birthday to her. We're then going to give her a bath. We're going to open all of her birthday presents, whatever they are, because as I've already said, I don't even know if I can afford one. I think James will be able to afford a couple, but she'll have birthday presents from other people to open as well. And then we are going to do a cake smash photo shoot at 11 o'clock in our local field rec. Because it's at 11 o'clock and it's a 1 hour shoot, it will be like 12 o'clock when we're done, which is perfect timing for lunch. So we're actually going to take a picnic with us and have a picnic while we're there as well. After that, we'll come home and she'll be due an afternoon nap. When she wakes up, we're then going to play, I would say, in the garden. I don't know how we're going to do it yet because we have a shared garden and it is not very nice. Like, there's just bits all over the grass that she would eat, and it's, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not a nice garden. But we have got a few garden toys on the way, so we are hoping to try and set something up, even if we get some foam squares in the garden so that she's not on all the bitty bits of grass, and then we'll put some garden toys on the top, maybe even a little paddling pool. Like, we just want to have some garden time in the afternoon. And then I think for dinner, I was going to go for a barbecue, but she wouldn't eat barbecue food. I think we might just go to our local harvester because it's like a 5-minute drive away. My best friend works there. Everybody knows us. Everybody knows Freya. I even used to work there at one point. So I think it would just be really, really cute if we took her to the harvester for dinner, and then everybody could sing happy birthday to her and we can get her a little cupcake or something with a candle. I think that would be super duper cute, and then we'll just come home. And then the next day, which is Friday, again, everybody else will be at work, so it'll just be me, James and Freya. We're going to take her to Odds Farm Park, and then at the weekend, we could see family and friends. I think that's basically everything that I wanted to cover. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!